The breaking news, an exclusive statement to Outfront from the brother of the Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski. Tonight, after learning that the CEO murder suspect praised the Unabomber, David Kaczynski tells us, and he sent us this, he says, quote, "I love my brother, and turning him in was the most difficult and painful thing I've had to do in my life. But as much as I love Ted, I hate what he did to kill and maim his fellow human beings. Whatever you may think of Ted Kaczynski's ideas, and I do believe they merit thinking about, we must reject his harmful actions." It comes as we are learning more about the similarities between Luigi Mangione and Ted Kaczynski. And Jason Carroll is out front.
If Luigi Mangione speaks like he did outside court Tuesday, investigators listen closely, and not just to what he's saying now that he's in custody, but also to what he has said or written in the past, such as these unsettling words. "Violence never solved anything" is a statement uttered by cowards and predators. Mangione wrote that in January 2024 in support of the notorious Unabomber Ted Kaczynski. It's part of the Goodreads review Mangione wrote of Kaczynski's 1995 anti-technology manifesto, Industrial Society and Its Future.
We just hope that this might be of additional assistance in obtaining leads regarding the Unabomber suspect.
Kaczynski terrorized the nation for years. He served 8 life sentences for sending mail bombs that killed 3 and wounded 23 others from the late 70s until the mid-90s. According to an NYPD intelligence analysis report obtained by CNN, Mangione may have found inspiration in Ted Kaczynski. The report reads, he notably praised the writings of Kaczynski. Mangione liked several passages from Kaczynski's manifesto in his review, defending it, writing, "It's easy to quickly and thoughtless write this off as the manifesto of a lunatic."
I think Mangione is very much inspired by the work of Kaczynski and his manifesto.
Scott Bond is a criminologist who has written about serial killers and Kaczynski. He says he sees a chilling similarity.
They have to find a way to justify it. And in the case of Kaczynski and also Mangione, I believe that they justified it as this was a necessary evil.
Other notable similarities, both men highly intelligent and Ivy League educated. Kaczynski, a Harvard grad mathematician, while Mangione minored in mathematics at the University of Pennsylvania, where he also majored in computer science and engineering and had a master's. Kaczynski was estranged from his family, living as a recluse in Montana. Mangione's mother reported her 26-year-old son missing about 2 weeks before the shooting, telling police at the time she had not spoken to him since July. And while Kaczynski targeted universities and airlines, Mangione allegedly had his sights set on the healthcare industry and United Healthcare's CEO. Police found a 3-page handwritten claim of responsibility on Mangione. He also wrote in a spiral notebook, much like Kaczynski did, writing, "What could be better than to kill the CEO at his own bean-counting conference." It should be noted that Kaczynski's brother, David, has spoken out in the wake of the shooting, saying violence is not the answer. In a statement to CNN, saying Kaczynski's actions were blind, misguided, cruel, and utterly inconsistent with his goal of preserving our basic humanity. We must remember that our world is never improved by violence, only by love. And Mangione also wrote that he didn't actually want to use a bomb against his intended victims because it could, quote, kill innocents. But it's important, again, to remember when you think of this case and the Kaczynski case, you have to remember what Kaczynski's brother said, that what his brother did, his actions were blind, that they were misguided, and then, of course, violence not the answer here.
No, but it's especially important in the context of the heroism that so many have bestowed upon Luigi Mangione in the wake of this. All right, Jason, thank you very much.
And District Attorney Alvin Bragg weighed in tonight on those who'd make a hero out of the alleged CEO killer. Here's what he said to ABC News.
Celebrating this conduct is abhorrent to me. It's deeply disturbing. And what I would say to members of the public, people who, as you described, are celebrating this and maybe contemplating other action, that we will be vigilant and we will hold people accountable. We are at the ready.
Well, it's unknowable who, if anyone else, might be contemplating the kind of action DA Bragg is referring to. As for the celebration of the crime and veneration of the suspect, that much is plain to see. More from our Randy Kay.
He's accused of cold-blooded murder on a New York City street, yet support for Luigi Mangione is exploding online.
If we let OJ off the hook, why can't we let Luigi off the hook?
On TikTok, the hashtag #FreeLuigi is inspiring videos like these.
We need to go ahead and get down to business and figure out how we're going to help my boy, Luigi. We need to put some money on the man's books, make sure he can have honey buns for days, okay, while he's in there.
This TikToker echoed frustrations, writing, "People are tired of being treated like a number."
People get into these jobs and positions and forget that these numbers that they're interacting with affects actual people's lives.
Others offering themselves up as alibis.
Listen, Luigi Mangione could not have killed that CEO that morning. I know because he was on a Zoom call with me organizing a fundraiser for kids and canines with cancer. Free Luigi.
The propping up of Mangione is so outsized, one TikToker even suggested Time magazine should make him their Person of the Year.
Free my boy, he didn't even do it.
Mangione has inspired merchandise too. Online retailers are selling free Luigi Christmas ornaments, sweatshirts, and coffee mugs, one emblazoned with the words, "I'm in love with a criminal." Mangione's lawyer told CNN that people have been reaching out to his office, offering to pay Mangione's legal bills. He's not sure he'd accept the money.
Obviously, my client appreciates the support that he has, but it just doesn't sit right with me.
A legal defense fund has also been set up on behalf of Mangione. By Wednesday afternoon, the fund had reached over $30,000. Some of the anonymous donors included the words deny, defend, depose in their message. At least one referred to Mangione as an American hero. In Altoona, Pennsylvania, where Mangione was arrested at a McDonald's after an employee called police, support for him has given rise to threats in the community.
We have received some threats against our officers in building here. We've started investigating some threats against some citizens in our community. We're taking all those threats seriously.
The McDonald's is being targeted too. Fake reviewers online writing, "Never eating at this McDonald's again. Imagine going to grab a Big Mac and witnessing Officer Snitchy McSnitch, Employee of the Month, calling the feds on a hero," referring to Mangione. Another fake review reads, "Why go here when Taco Bell is just across the way and knows how to keep their mouths shut?"
Yo, good morning to everyone other than the person that snitched on my dog, Luigi. Like, didn't your mother teach you snitches get stitches?
Back in New York City, so-called wanted posters have turned up, possibly suggesting some sort of rallying cry. The posters show faces of executives and CEOs, including Brian Thompson, who Mangione allegedly gunned down. His is marked with a red X. It's unclear who is behind the posters.